Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Roughie's Football Show. It's Monday. I'm Peter Martin. Thank you very much for joining us on the programme. In the studio tonight, Alan Rough is joined by Barry Ferguson. As ever, we're going to look back over events over the weekend and the news today. Well, we start off once again with more sad news concerning Celtic, fresh from the devastating news of the passing of their greatest ever captain, Billy McNeill. Today, most Celtic fans woke up to the news that only days after Billy passing away, Stevie Chalmers, the man who scored Celtic's greatest ever goal, the one that will never be forgotten in the club's history, that winner in 1967 in Lisbon to give Celtic the European Cup in the 2-1 win over Inter Milan. Our reporter Gabriel Antoniazzi has been following the story.
It's another very sad day here at Celtic Park, where many people have gathered to pay their respects to Stevie Chalmers, the Lisbon Lion, who sadly passed away this morning, aged 83, after a battle with dementia. It's been a very sad week. As I said, 6 days ago, Lisbon Lions captain Billy McNeill passed away, aged 79, also after a battle with dementia. At the weekend, the game against Kilmarnock, there was a huge outpouring of emotion and a celebration of McNeill's life. It was very fitting that Joseph Simunovic, number 5, McNeill's number, scored in the 67th minute in the 1-0 victory. Now, McNeill may have been the captain in 67, but it was Stevie Chalmers who scored the all-important winning goal in the 2-1 victory over Inter Milan. Stevie Chalmers scored 230 other goals in green and white. He won 12 titles, of course, including the European Cup and 4 league titles. I spoke to some fans who gathered round here to pay their respects and told us what Stevie Chalmers meant to them.
Stevie, what can you say about Stevie? He scored the winning goal in the European Cup final, but a lot more to him than that, I would say.
He was a gentleman and he had brilliant sense of humour. As I say, I worked in the hospitality with him and everyone there loved him. He was just a proper gent.
Well, Stevie Chalmers, you know, to be the first British club to win the European Cup and obviously to score the winning goal gave him an iconic status.
Earlier this morning, Celtic's chief executive Peter Lawwell said that Stevie Chalmers' goal was the most important in the 131-year history of the club. Without the goal, there would be no Lisbon Lions, no European Cup, and the club wouldn't be what it is today. And I'm sure all Celtic fans and all Scottish football fans will never forget Stevie Chalmers or the all-important goal he scored.
Tributes, as you would expect, pouring in for Stevie Chalmers, who passed away in the early hours of this morning. And again, Inter Milan, showing their class, posted a tweet with regards to the passing of Stevie, so soon after paying tribute to Billy McNeill. But Stevie Chalmers will forever be etched in the club's history, as Gabriel mentioned there, because quite simply it was such an important goal. Roughie, it was one of those ones that many a Lisbon Lion will tell you they practiced on the training ground.
I wouldn't be surprised, you know, that Jock Stein was very, very thorough in everything they'd done, and they knew the midfield players were going to get in and around about the 18-yard box, and there was going to be balls coming in there. And Stevie seemed to be sharper than everybody else when it happened, and that's probably one of the reasons why, because they knew what the drill was. But the lady in the interview there got it right down to a T. He was an absolute gentleman. When I was a young boy at Partick Thistle, I remember sitting in the dressing room when he walked through the door in 1972, and to have a player of that standing walking into a Partick Thistle dressing room, it was absolutely amazing. And he was a great guy to be round about, absolute 100% professional.
And the spin-off of this tragedy, again, losing a player of this stature, Barry, is the mention of dementia, because this is something that, Billy McNeill suffered from, and Stevie Chalmers now, and so many other footballers, north and south of the border and probably right across the globe. And you just wonder, first and foremost, if there is a genuine link that in the first place can be traced towards the sport of football and maybe other sports, and over and above that, what support long term could football show to families who've suffered the loss?
It is a concern, if I'm being honest. Obviously what's happened with the two Celtic legends over the last week, and I see there's been a lot of studies, universities doing studies on how it impacts not just professional footballers but people it's connected to all sorts of sports. So there definitely is something in the background there, and hopeful that they can get some sort of support to people who do suffer from it, and they get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Okay, from that sad news about Stevie Chalmers to the weekend's football, our reporter Gabriel Antoniazzi sums it all up for us.
Celtic's number 5 scored the match-winning goal in the 67th minute. Who could write it, as the champions paid the best possible tribute to the 1967 European Cup winning captain Billy McNeill, who sadly passed away last week. A thrilling second half ended with 3 goals apiece between Hamilton Academical and Livingston, as the Accies edge closer to safety and are now guaranteed to not be automatically relegated. Motherwell's David Turnbull broke Dundee hearts with a last-minute winner in an end-to-end game. The 4-3 loss to 10-man Motherwell leaves Dundee 7 points from safety with only 3 games to play. A stunning Danny Mully-Vollen right at the death rescued a point for St Mirren at home to St Johnstone, which may be enough to ensure they don't finish 12th in the table. Paul Heckingbottom continues to be unbeaten in the league as his Hibernian side drew 1-1 with Hearts. It could have been more though, as Hibs surrendered the lead to Uche Ikpeazu's strike with just 4 minutes to play. And Rangers finally beat Aberdeen in Glasgow this season, as 2 second-half James Tavernier penalties ensured that they will finish second this season. It could have been more were it not for an informed Joe Lewis.
Yes, Rangers chat to follow, but to that match which leaves Celtic only needing 1 point, Roughie, we talked about the 2 Lisbon Lions as the tributes were flowing for Billy McNeill. It was perhaps fitting. It was close to the 67th minute. The header went in. The number 5 scores it. So many people said it was written in the stars, the ultimate tribute to the ultimate captain wearing the number 5 jersey.
It was definitely a Billy McNeill header, typical of what Billy would have scored up for corners, and the height he used to get in. And it all just seemed to fall into place for the whole day for everybody there. I think maybe the Celtic players got caught up in the whole day. There was a lot of tension involved with everything that had happened. They didn't play particularly well, but at the end of the day, they got the 3 points. Yeah,
Callum McGregor was voted the club's player of the year, and Christopher Ayer the young player. The reason why I think it was an entertaining game at times is because Kilmarnock made it an entertaining game. I think Scottish football needs other teams to go and show the same spirit as Kilmarnock at Ibrox or Celtic Park.
Yep, you've got to give them credit. I think they went there to try and win the game. Quite a lot of teams who do come to places like Celtic Park and Ibrox tend to sit off the game and try and frustrate them. But for me, I was really impressed, certainly in the first half with Kilmarnock. Some of the football they played, and they went to attack Celtic. So all credit to not just Stevie Clarke, but all credit to the players as well, because I think they had the belief. These Kilmarnock players, certainly since Stevie Clarke's come in, he's gave them the belief that they can go to places like Celtic Park, Ibrox, even Pittodrie, and win the game of football. Yeah,
and it's not just one chance, Roughie. As Barry mentioned, Killie had 2 or 3 opportunities. Brophy, a great opportunity. Scott Bain earned his wages on the day, but they still were able to carve open Celtic with chances.
Yeah, and let's not forget, there were 2 of their best players down for the sending-offs last week, so he had to shuffle the pack. But no, Barry's right. They were a breath of fresh air any time they got a chance to go forward, and they did cause problems for Celtic down the flanks, and the midfield were supporting everything that was going about. So they'll be disappointed they never got anything out of that game, because I think it'd be good if Kilmarnock maybe get into a European stage. It'd be good for the supporters and the players if they could get into the tournament.
Yeah. Still a bit of hysteria following Neil Lennon at the moment?
Yeah, I think there is. I think I'm hearing more and more. Not a lot of supporters, but they still can't make their mind up. But I think the reason for that is there's that many names now getting bandied about. So once you start throwing names into a hat, you look at the manager you've got, and then you look at everybody that's getting suggested, and sometimes you've just got to take your eye off the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a photograph of the weekend with Jose Mourinho in the picture, and the odds have been slashed on him. Be careful what you wish for. Coming up in the next part of the programme, we're going to look at Rangers. They've secured second place. We'll hear from Stephen Gerrard. We'll also hear from a disgruntled Derek McInnes, and we will assess that Hibs Hearts game with yet again a hooligan at the centre of the aftermath of that match. It's all after this quiz question. I just wonder if some people will be thrown by the strip that we showed there with the number 3, which clearly was black and white. You never know whether that's going to throw you or not, but give us your answer, and if you get it right, we'll pick across all social media outlets and send you out a PLZ team t-shirt in your team's favourite colours. Let's look to Rangers. It was a win that secured second place. Deserving of it, Barry?
Yeah, I think they deserve to win the game. I've seen them play better. I think the previous games against Hearts and Motherwell, they were a lot better. But listen, they got the job done, and as I say, I don't think they were in any danger of losing the game. They were in control of it. Just a couple of chances that could have went their way. But listen, they kept digging away, and I know they get 2 penalties, but listen, you've got to put them in the back of the net as well. But overall, good day's work and good 3 points.
Yep, 3 points, second place, but not good enough for the manager.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's progress, and as I said in the media the last couple of weeks, I know the club's moving forward in certain areas, and we're improving, and we're looking stronger. But there's still a lot of work to do and a lot of improving to do. We need more quality to help us, help the 11, help the squad. We need to continue to improve our discipline and our injury record. And if we make them three things happen, more discipline, less injuries and a bit more quality, I'm confident we can be more competitive next year.
Rangers have had 17 penalties this season, 14 of them scored by James Tavernier. Did the referee call it right on the day, Roughie?
I think the first one, obviously, there's no doubt about it, that young boy Ferguson did stand on his foot. I just think standing on his foot never made him go down the way he did. But because his momentum wasn't going forward, it was stationary, So I put the standing on the foot as an accident more than a deliberate. So I'd have probably looked at that and went no. I think the second one that Derek is getting mad about, I think he brushed the top of his head and then he fell on the floor holding his face. That's the galling thing about it, that he just went to try and get the penalty. But at the end of the day, Rangers were the better side. I don't think Aberdeen deserved anything out of the game at all.
Yeah. In 7 years of doing the show with Roughie, the worst thing that you can possibly do is show Roughie Derek McInnes getting mad before you actually put it on the programme, because then he references it before you've actually seen it. Anyway, here's Derek McInnes getting mad about the penalties.
Both penalties were very harsh on us. I think the first one, I can understand why the referees gave it. But Lewis should maybe go down. I think Defoe's fouled him in the build-up to it. I think Lewis should maybe, he feels the contact, maybe should go down. He's been too honest. He's then knocked a bit off balance and he's put his foot onto the Rangers player's foot, and the Rangers player has made sure he got the penalty and went down. The second penalty kick, I can't even, words fail me how that can be given. It's a terrible decision and it's a huge impact on the end result. The Rangers were good in spells and they're a good side and you can see they're playing with a bit of confidence, but I do felt that for a lot of the game we were fine in it, and we were obviously still looking to try and pick and choose our moments, but there's no doubt the second goal effectively kills the game. I was going down to 10 men. I thought that the reaction from the Rangers player was bad enough, but for the referee to have been kidded by that, really, and give the penalty is really disappointing.
Yeah, the SPFL obviously released figures on how much the teams will actually get when they win the league. Celtic will get just, I think, around £3.5 million at the bottom end. You're talking about £1 million for finishing in the bottom place, and then the ladder goes down through the Championship, League One and League Two. So overall, I think when they get together, money's not flush in the SPFL, certainly not in the Premiership anyway, but if they're going to keep bleating on, and I think Derek's got justification with the second penalty with regards to the red card, second yellow off, and whether it was a penalty or not. But I think managers will keep bleating on every week about looking for perfection from referees when really we need to make a serious move towards VAR.
Yeah, I've been calling for it to come in. I agree with you. I think I see why the referee gave us the first penalty. I've seen them given. I think the second penalty was soft, but listen, you take it.
Yeah.
But listen, referees need help. They've got a split decision to make. We've got the bit where we can go and watch replays or whatever. So I think they need that to come in, and they need to try and get the money. Whether the clubs get together and put a bit in, I think it's got to come in to help, not just referees, but help make the correct decisions as well.
Yeah, Hibs against Hearts finishing a 1-1 draw. It's difficult sometimes to talk about the football. I think Edinburgh, like so many other cities right across the whole of the Premiership, has a problem with thugs. Some of them, I think, are a younger element. This is Leanne Dempster referencing the thug who was clearly caught on social media smashing a seat and then throwing a part of it forward towards the actual playing surface. You just cost your club around £60, mate. This will be shared with our colleagues at Hearts to see if we can identify you and have you banned from our stadium in the future. We are all sick of this type of behaviour. Hashtag calling you an idiot. Well, Phil Marster, I think she's been, like Anne Budge, and other people who come out immediately and make a statement, I think they've been a breath of fresh air. I don't know what's happening. There seems to be a real younger thug element ruining it and tarnishing, some clubs' names.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about Anne Budge. I think she'll 100% find the Hearts supporter that did that. They're all singing from the same hymn sheet now. I think since the government have said they might be getting involved with it, the clubs are now acting accordingly and acting very, very quickly. But you're right, it's an element we don't want to see at the game. And I keep saying this, I feel really, really sorry for the supporters. The good supporters are round about these hooligans that are there. They must be so frustrated at what they're doing at games against their club and other teams, and the more we keep punishing, you would like to think it would get less.
Yeah, now everybody talks about self-policing. You don't need to self-police on the day. You can actually go and report this afterwards if you recognise that person to help the police out.
I'm with Roughie. I feel for the 99% of the fans that go to the game go and watch their team play football and try and win a game of football. Then you've got these absolute idiots breaking a seat. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I honestly don't get it.
On the part, did Hibs deserve the win? Paul Heckingbottom says they just lacked that killer instinct.
The draw, they did deserve a win. I think if you stick away the penalty when you're already in the lead, you're expecting to see out that game. I don't think Hearts played particularly well, but typical Hearts, they kept battling away and just got a wee break at the end, and the big man took his chance, and I think at the end of the day, I think a draw was a good result.
Yeah, how do you see the bottom of the table? Jim McIntyre, Barry, must be scratching his head wondering what they have to do to try and win a match.
Yeah, I was listening on the radio and they go a goal up and then within a minute or two they concede, then they go 2-1 up and do the same thing again. It must be so frustrating for them. They also had a few chances, but I think it's going to be too late for Dundee.
Gone.
Yeah, I do. I feel, listen, again, I'm a big fan of Jim McIntyre. I think he's a very good manager. I thought he could have maybe got them out of it, but it's not going to look that way now.
Yeah, let's have a look at the Premiership table to see how it all shapes up. Roughie, who's getting the playoff spot then?
Again, we keep saying Hamilton usually dig themselves out of it. Again, they kept fighting right to the end, as St Mirren did. Dundee will see this weekend as the last chance to learn. They've got a game at home Obviously, 21 points looks a wee bit better than what it is just now.
Roughie, they're goosed. Can't
Well,
win it.
if
Can't win a game, and you're suggesting.
No, what they can do, is, you know, that all of a sudden they've scored 3 goals where they couldn't buy a goal,
Yeah.
but they're losing them now.
But you think they're capable of winning 3 on the trot?
Only
to get
I
them
said
out of
if
it?
they win at the weekend, they will think they've got a chance.
But yeah, but you don't.
There's always a chance.
I know. Listen,
there's always a chance in football.
Don't go into Gordon Smith mode here. Don't give us probability. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. They're gone, aren't they?
Well, they're not really gone.
So they could get out of it.
Yeah, they could get.
We'll use that headline. I mean, that's what we'll do on the show tonight.
Well,
Roughie thinks Dundee can escape relegation. Is that what you're saying?
As long as there's points on the board, it's a yes.
Yes. So you think Dundee can get out of this mess?
Yes.
Okay. More lunacy from Roughie later on. Barry, here's what you could have won had you not become the Kelty Hearts manager. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who sponsored me for the London Marathon. Barry, it was a great day. One thing I would say, if you ever do it, don't rip your abductor muscle 10 miles into it.
I've done that playing, Peter. I've ripped my abductor before. It's very, very painful, but fair play to you. You've done it after 10 miles and you carried on and completed it, so fair play to you.
Yep, we've got the medal in the bag. I'll need to do probably another 20 London marathons to get near Barry's medal haul, but nevertheless, I'm equal with Roughie. And on that note, it's a good way to finish. Thanks for watching.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.